Samioene gaan ons weer, hoe lekker uit die levende. Die mark is daar, die bek is klaar, die geld is gespaard.
The issue of hunger is not some abstract issue. It's something that is lived and experienced daily by women who work seasonally, by women who are unemployed.
For decades, global hunger was falling, but since 2008 it has risen sharply and now affects almost 1 billion people. Ironically, 80% of the world's hungry are directly involved in food production. Most are women and girls. In the Western Cape region of South Africa, food shortages are being worsened by the impacts of climate change.
Women farm workers in the Western Cape experience climate change. Many of them are employed as seasonal farm workers. What they have reported to us is the fact that whereas in the past they might have been employed for 5 or 6 months, and now perhaps the season is no longer so reliable or so stable. So that obviously has a very direct implication for the number of months that they're employed and also for the income.
The Women on Farms project is building the resilience of communities by empowering female farm workers. The formation of local cooperatives is giving them the opportunity to work as smallholder farmers on their own land for the first time. But escalating climate impacts threaten this work.
The
weather is not what it's supposed to be. Years ago, we did receive a lot of rain. You could actually identify between the seasons. But now everything has changed. I have a plum tree, and now in August the trees were supposed to sleep, but suddenly there's blossoms on the tree, and that for me is a new phenomenon.
Increasingly, unpredictable weather is making it difficult for both small-scale and larger commercial farmers to know when to prepare soils, prune trees and sow new crops.
In our community, we talk about the weather. It's been changing so suddenly. 2 weeks ago it was so hot, and now suddenly it's so cold.
Access to water is also critical for farming, but nearly 3 billion people around the world live where demand for water outstrips supply. For Josephine, a farmer and mother of 5, getting enough water for her vegetable garden is a big struggle. Climate change is expected to make the Western Cape hotter and drier.
During the year, and then I will plant tomatoes, onions. In the winter it's cabbage, it's radish and beans. My garden is very, very small, but I try to plant everything. We have to walk very far to get water into your house. If I planting my vegetables, I have to wait for the rain to come down to wet my plants. But sometimes I would use some of the water that I get to water my plants. It is a big struggle, but I have to make a garden to have food on the table for my family.
There is no reason why hunger should continue to be a problem. However, it is going to demand of governments and, very importantly, of citizens, of civil society, to actually ensure that that is the case, to ensure that the food that is produced, and there is enough food that is produced, that food that is produced is, number one, produced in an ecologically sensitive and friendly and sustainable way, is actually distributed and accessible to all, especially the poor and especially the people who are producing the food in the first place.